Hey, okay, my name is Chris Beausoleil. I live in Sydney, New South Wales right now. I live in a building that's entirely owned, almost entirely owned, except for just a handful, maybe 4 or 5 units, almost entirely owned by the Anglican Church, and all of the people who live here, except for the units that are not owned by the Anglican Church, are units that house students of Moore Theology College. Now, the entire time we've lived here, we've had problems: harassment, cars been vandalized, break-in entries, people have broken into our house, and our networks have been attacked. Our wireless has had attacks on it, deauthentication attacks, and evil twin attacks. It's a long story. Anyways, the point is it went on and on for about 2 years, and it finally coalesced to the point where they're now able, and I think they have government, assistance. I think that, elements of the government are training them. I don't know what the attack is, but the attack is effective on air-gapped machines. That means the machines are not connected to the internet. I removed the wireless and the Bluetooth cards on my laptops, and the attackers, students here, were able to attack the machines, even though they were air-gapped, even though they had no wireless cards and no Bluetooth cards, and they were not connected to the internet with Ethernet. And in fact, we gave up our internet connection because they were just harassing it too much. It was pointless having it because we couldn't use it anymore. It was too insecure, so we just gave it up. So they've been harassing us constantly, and finally I realized they were able to connect to our air-gapped machines. Don't know how they're doing it. I think it's related to the yymmdd attack by Patrick Stewin. He's an engineer in Berlin right now. I think he wrote a paper on an yymmdd attack and on how malware attacks DMA, direct memory access. So what I want to show you tonight is not the computers, but that's horrible in itself. But what I want to show you is that they've connected to our deep NVR machine. We have cameras set up because of the break-ins and the harassment. We put cameras up, and they've broken into the NVR, the network video recorder, and deleted data, deleted footage, video. Now, the important thing here is that I've never connected this to Ethernet ever. I've not configured it for 3G. I don't even think it has 3G, and I don't think it has Bluetooth or wireless. I think the only connectivity it has is Ethernet, and I have not connected to Ethernet ever. And when these attacks happened and when they were deleting footage, it was not connected to Ethernet. So I'm just going to show you a few things here. I'll just turn the camera around. I'm really sorry about this. It's crappy video, but I don't have a computer anymore, so they connected to an Intel, they connected to a PowerPC, and they connected to an AMD, and an ASUS, all when an Intel PC, I had an ASUS and a Lenovo. An AMD, I had an HP Pavilion, and they've also connected to a work computer, my wife's work computer, Dell, and they've also connected to a PowerPC, an Apple book, and they've connected to them all, and they were not connected to the internet, and they had I had removed wireless cards. So now they're attacking the network video recorder in exactly the same way. I have no idea how it's done. I'm guessing it's government technology, and I know that the Anglican Church here is connected to the government in Australia. I know that one of the students here was student minister at the very same church that Premier Mike Barry goes to. So I know there's Anglican Church influence in the government here in Australia. If this had gotten out, I really think that, especially in the midst of this anti-Muslim campaign that's happening in Australia right now, and pro-Christian campaign, mostly I think relating to business and political interests, mostly business interests, pro-Christian, pro-business aspect of it. When I say that, I mean that Australia's future interest in Indonesia, which is a massive Muslim country, and now they're trying to make it Christian, convert the Muslims to Christian so that they can, influence the future economic growth of that country. I think that's going to be Australia's future for energy sales, and they're planning on targeting South Asia for energy sales, and wind energy, electric energy, whatever. And I also think that they want to influence the strait there in Indonesia where all the oil goes through. Not the Fuko. I can't remember the name of the strait. Anyways, there's a water passage, a strait that goes by Indonesia there, and it's, I don't know, 70-something% of the world's oil goes through there, so that would be really nice if they could make them a Christian nation instead of a Muslim nation. And they are trying that already. Lots of these Bible college students, that's their ambition, is to go there and, quote, plant churches. But I mean, the Christians, in my opinion, are just criminals. Worst people I've ever met. The ones here, arrogant, obnoxious, immoral, and they have a twisted set of ethics that they justify their behaviors with. For example, breaking into these computers. They had no right to do that. They had no right to break into our house. They had no right to harass us, but they justify it because it's serving Jesus. They justify it because they made a comment enemy of me, and they can gather together mob mentality, and they can, attack a common enemy, myself, and it's good practice for the future, right? That's probably their thinking, and their ethics is twisted too. I mean, all you have to do is think about some of the things that Rufus Black has said. He's a supporter of metadata retention. So I'm really sorry about this blah 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 talk. I'm going to get to it. Anyways, what I'm going to show you now is, at one point, they had deleted footage. They had deleted footage of two people who were walking, and I just wanted to show you. It happened at a certain time frame. I noted the time frame, and then I went back later and looked at the time frame, and the people were gone. They had been deleted, and that's when I started. I knew that they were deleting footage, but that's when I saw the direct effects of it. I knew that they were tampering with the system. So I'm just going to play that for a bit here, and I hope it works out.